YouTube, what's going on YouTube? Dose RC back at you with another video. So we got a new build on the bench today, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So what you see in front of you is a Notorious V6 with a few changes and modifications, which I will go over in just a second. So there she is without the wheels and tires. I think it's looking really sexy right now. All right, so we got the deboot back flips, deboot back flips here. So I'm gonna put these on in a minute and then take it out for its first spin. So let me take the body off and show you guys what we're working with. All right. So essentially what this is a V6 Notorious on a M2C Kraton V5 chassis. I've had this chassis for a while. It was on my original EXB roller, and so this RC has been built almost from spare parts that I had left over from another previous builds. So up here in the front, we got the Kraton V6 EXB shock towers, which are actually going to be changing soon because I just ordered a few upgrades from GPM. 7075 aluminum in blue to match the body, and all these little hinge pin retainers. The one in the front is also blue, but you can barely tell because it's covered. We have the ones in the rear as well, all anodized blue. So I'm waiting for the GPM parts to come in. So the shock towers are going to be blue, 7075. This top brace mount will be blue. Chassis braces will be blue. But for now, to complete the build, I threw on what I had. And anyway, so we got up here Vidavon bulkheads, front and rear. I've had these bulkheads for years, so left over from my last project. Kraton EXB roller shocks, front and rear. So the original EXB with the M2C version 1 shock caps with the ZRS pistons, the ZRS pistons, zero rebound. So obviously we have the Notorious front bumper and skid, as well as side guards. They're also Notorious. And then we got inside the diffs, we have Amazon special differential housings and differential gears. This is what it looks like inside. I think it's all in RC or something. Didn't put this one on the center because the seal is leaking, so I need to replace that gasket, and also I believe the seals to the out drives need to be replaced, so I'm waiting for gaskets for that. In any case, we have a stock one in there. 50 tooth. I do have a GPM blue one coming, 7075 with the 47 tooth spur. So I'm gonna try that on here. So we got those in the front and rear diffs. And then we have Amazon special hinge pin kits. For the upper top hinge pin. And then the bottoms as well. They have the V6 hubs with the turnbuckles. The original EXB front and rear braces, tower to chassis braces, front and rear. Like I said, those are going to be upgraded to GPM all anodized blue in 7075. What else? Obviously, we have the clipless system on here, and I'll show you what I did to make that work in a second and go over the parts that I used. Amazon special servo mounting bracket with an Amazon special servo. This is the DS Servo BLS3375. It's 70 kg, I think, or 75. Can't remember. And then, of course, we have the upgraded bell crank, the new V6 bell crank in there. Let's see, for electronics, we're running a Team Corrali Curon 825 motor with the M2C motor bracket on the bottom. Like, oh yeah, there it is. To prevent this motor from slapping the chassis on big jumps. And then the C8 ESC by XC Technologies, also off Amazon. This is a 3 to 6S capable ESC. I'm gonna run this bad boy on that. But I just love the way like this whole thing turned out. Like, it just looks so sick. The mounting bracket for the servo in black, that's aluminum with the silver collars, and then the silver around the servo here. It just looks dope. I was gonna get new shocks, but I had these laying around, so I figured I'd save a little bit of money. So that's why they're a little bit used, but that's okay. Let's see. So that's the center and the front. We have the split tower to tower brace here, the new V6. So pretty much all the plastics came out from Jenny's RC. The wing mount, the new wing mount, sorry, with the new updated V6 wing mount bracket. I also have that coming in blue from GPM. And then so in the rear, once again, we have the EXB shock tower from my V6 Kraton, Vidabon bulkheads, those Amazon special differentials, Amazon special hinge pin block holders, or hinge pin blocks, with that skid plate right there. I also have the towers coming in blue. I don't know if I mentioned that, from GPM. All right, I'll show you the underside of the chassis. Like I said, this is a used chassis that I had laying around. So there she is. Came out pretty sick. So like I said, these are notorious side guards. They're a little bit taller, I think, than the V6 Kraton. So if you look back here, it's different. It lines up on the bottom, all the screws line up, and it's flush with the chassis. But I had to remove material. I had to remove plastic material under there. You can kind of see, you know, where the line is. So I just took a Dremel with a grinding wheel or a cutoff wheel, and I just ground off that plastic there so that this would sit flush. I did that to both sides so I could use the Notorious side guards with this Kraton chassis. That was one modification I had to do. So the other major modification in order to run this, so what essentially this is a Notorious V6 XL, because it's longer than your stock Notorious. So you take the body, line it up, clips right in. Boom. Nice and sturdy. It's not going anywhere. Let me show you the back real quick. So I did have to do a little trimming here, and I just replaced the stickers from the pieces that I took off. I just took the stickers off with an X-Acto blade. Carefully peel them off and then put them on here. So trim the body here, and then that's how it sits, right on the shock tower. It's not, kind of can't see, it's not like bulging or anything. It just sits flush right on the shock tower. So I cut, I think I cut from here, that square piece that would sit here, the back end, and then from like here over here. I think I still have them. Yeah. So that's how much I had to cut off. That would have gone right in here, like that. So of course that wouldn't have worked. So you do have to cut the body off. It was kind of painful taking the scissors to a brand new body, but that's what I had to do to make this work. So that's what she looks like. Boom. I think it came out pretty dope. Anyways, so how did I use the clipless body system with, how do I say this? How do I use a Notorious body with the clipless system on a Kraton chassis? I'll show you. With these are M4 standoffs. Got these off Amazon. So they're M4 thread and all that. And they're 50 millimeters. So what I ended up doing is putting these on the body first. Set the body down, and then once these were here and I had this space open, I took my calipers and I measured from the shock tower to the back of the body, and I got 50 millimeters. It was like 50-52, but because the what do you call it? The body post was technically just hanging off the bottom of the body. You know, I could move it around, so it was between 50 and 52. because it was kind of dangling. So I ordered 50mm standoffs from Amazon. These are steel M4. I actually have some leftovers because it came in a pack of 12. So I got 2 on each side. Let me show you what they look like. So this is what they look like. On one end is a female, and on the other end is a male. So the female side is sitting up against the shock tower, like that. And the other side is going into the body post. So the one, this bottom one worked perfectly because this nut was already an M4. However, on the top, let me see if I can show you. On the top, right there, these are M3. So essentially, and also the hole on the shock tower is also an M3 hole. This one's M4 hole, M4 size, but this one's M3, so I had to drill that out to M4. I also had to kind of take a Dremel with a diamond bit to kind of make this hole bigger. I made it just big enough where I could squeeze this nut in there by pressure, so it would still, the plastic would still hold it when I turned the stand off, you know, to tighten it. So I got blue Loctite on both, on all 4. And yeah, that's not moving, you know what I mean? These are M4 and they're steel standoffs. Like, that's not moving, that's not breaking anytime soon. And that's how I was able to put the Notorious body on the Kraton chassis. So if you do have a Kraton and you like the Notorious body better, I'm assuming you would have to get the body posts first, because the shock towers are the same on both the Arma, Kraton, and the Notorious. And then get yourself these 50mm standoffs. So what you would search for on Amazon would be M4 by 50mm steel standoffs. And this is what you'll find. You could go another route. You could order, because this is what I did, you could order the M4 and then get M3 for the top, but I couldn't find the same exact standoffs. These are steel, but the M3 ones I can only find in aluminum, anodized gold, black, blue, red. But I kind of wanted you know, I don't know what you call it, a simple look. And I wanted all to match. So that's why I went with all steel. So you could do, like I was saying, M4 on the bottom, and then do M3 by 50mm on the top. But you probably won't find the same color, so you'll have 2 different color standoffs. One M4 on the bottom and one M3 on top. If you don't want to drill out the body post to put a M4 nut in there. But anyways, it's a lot of talking. I'm gonna get the wheels on this and we're gonna take it outside for its first rip. So stay tuned. All right, so quick update. So I was actually outside just now getting ready to record the first run, and we already had a breakage. Let me show you what it is and what I'm gonna do about it. So there it is. Hinge pin broke. No jump, nothing. I was literally trying to do a wheelie and it tumbled from a wheelie, and that hinge pin broke. Needless to say, this all-in RC hinge pin kit is no bueno. Absolute garbage. One thing I did notice, and I had a feeling this was going to happen when I was installing this, was that the hinge pins that come on this kit, and I also lost the Delrin inserts that go inside. So this is going back to Amazon. I'm getting my money back, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do in the meantime in a second. So I lost the Delrin inserts that go on the end caps. What I was saying about the pin was that I did notice that this pin that comes with this kit is a millimeter thinner than the stock V6 pins. So I have a feeling that's what caused that to break so easily. It just tumbled and it broke. Tumbled off a wheelie. So imagine that. Never seen that happen before. So that kit is going back, which is the only thing that's sad about it is that I wanted this blue anodizing to match the rest of the blue anodized parts I got coming from GPM, but oh well. It is what it is. So what I did just do is order a set of hinge pin suspension blocks from Perfect Past RC, as well as their hinge pins. I'm gonna give those a shot. I do have their set already on my, look at that, beautiful bearing, brand new bearing, no noise. Awesome. Anyways, I do have their hinge pin kit installed on my Beefaroni fire team. There it is right there. You can barely see it. And as well as the front under there. All right, back to the Notorious. So I just ordered that. So in the meantime, it should be here within a week. In the meantime, I gotta take the hinge pins off of this and either put the stock hinge pins on that came with the Jenny's RC parts that I ordered, or just, you know, take it apart and leave it like that until the Perfect Pass parts come in. So I ordered the hinge pin kit all around, the hinge pins all around, their motor mount that I kind of wanted to try anyways, so I got that coming. Not sure if I'm going to use it on this build or not, but it's coming. And a couple Mod 1 5mm pinion gears. Just cause. So yeah. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to show you guys it running because it broke. So, you know, things happen. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. Thanks for tuning in and watching and checking out my brand new Notorious V6 XL. Notorious body and side guards. Notorious body mounting clips with the extended standoffs in the rear on an M2C V5 Kraton chassis. So thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching, and thanks to everybody that subscribes. I appreciate that. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys are thinking, your thoughts. It's sad that this hinge pin kit didn't hold up. I think it would if they just made their hinge pins the same thickness as the stock, or maybe their metals are just crap. But regardless, I lost the Delrin inserts. I tried looking for them out there, and I didn't find them. And I'm not gonna buy more Delrin inserts and all that just to keep running this for it to break again. I'm just gonna take it off, send it back, get my money back. Use that money for something else down the road. Anyways, Dos RC out. Thanks for watching.